Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Well, students, last time we discussed about structure of atom, about that, explaining everything in detail. Now the new chapter that we intend to start from today is about the physical and chemical changes and the processes that are involved in it. Change, and some of the changes that take place are of a nature that can you that leaves change their color. Trees, they shed their leaves and milk changes into curd. And if a piece of iron or iron nails are put in moisture or in the open air where there is a lot of moisture around, then they change, they become rusty and they change their colors. Some of the changes that take place are slow, while some are fast. This chapter that about the physical and chemical changes concern about changes in matter. Now, how many types of changes are there? There are primarily two types, the physical change and the chemical change. A physical change, as the name implies, those kinds of change in which the physical properties of a substance change and its chemical composition does not change, it remains the same. The physical changes that can occur are in the size, shape, color and taste, etc. of a substance. When a change in physical, when a of something occurs, then no light or heat is involved, and you will notice that the temperature also does not rise. The chemical composition of the substance that in the last lecture we talked about the composition, and I told you that when we say composition, type and number of atoms do not change. Type and number. Physical changes and can be easily reversed. For example, water freezes into ice. Cut fruit into pieces is the physical change. When you switch on the bulb, you can switch it off also. The switching is a physical change. And dissolving of something into another are also examples of physical change. Water back by simple evaporation process. Dissolving of something into another. Ice melts into water or water freezes. It does not change the composition of water. Therefore, physical change. Melting of ice, freezing of water are also physical changes. Now we talk about the chemical change. A chemical change is that in which a new substance is formed. Chemical changes are permanent and are not easy to reverse. Burning of paper, when you burn a piece of paper, that's a chemical change because heat is involved. Fire takes place, gases come out of it, and the piece of paper turns into carbon. It's a chemical change. Rusting of iron is also a chemical change. Turning of milk into yogurt is a chemical change. You cannot bring it back. So remember, in a chemical change, a new substance is formed. that a new substance is not formed. Now, students, well, how can you find out what are the clues to a chemical change? In a chemical change, gas bubbles sometimes evolve, color changes. In a chemical change, energy is released when you're that means that there is a small activity related to this thing. Let us see that, which is 2 in your textbook. Just go over it and you will see that put a few iron nails in water. थोड़े से कील ले लो, उसको stay there for some days. Iron reacts with the oxygen in two. This is a kind of change which is a change. You cannot bring it back. Activity 7.3 also talks about this thing, in which you take, it's about the reaction of marble with bleach. Pour some amount of bleach on a piece of marble. Marble reacts with bleach and produces bleach, and it produces bubbles. So I come again. Activity 7.3 concerns reaction of marble with bleach. Take some marbles and put some bleach on it, bubbles will be produced. Another example, activity 7.4, in which you take some baking soda, balloon, put some teaspoons of over the neck and baking soda. And the next topic is about applications of chemical changes. Where can you apply these changes of? So this topic number 2 says that new products are formed as a result of chemical changes. Whenever, like we took the example of iron plus oxygen, new product iron oxide was formed. New product iron oxide was formed. And similarly, when we took marbles and we mixed that, so applications of chemical change. As a result of chemical change, new products are formed, and we are living in a world of chemical changes. Chemical changes take place in our bodies, in vehicles, and in our environments. Some of the chemical changes that take place are harmful also. Like toxic gases are released from factories, and these gases react with water. When factories operate, the toxic gases which come out of the factories chimneys, they are released into the atmosphere. And when rain falls down, when rain comes down, it reacts with those gases which have been formed, and becomes that rainwater becomes down on the earth, contains those